What's up, creepers and geekers? Christy, Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? So, I haven't had any plans on making any videos lately. I got COVID over the Christmas break. I recently just had a serious injury to my wrist. It is what it is. But I do have the Atari 2600 Lego set, that $250 set I said I'd never spend the money for. I got the base of it sitting right there. And of course, if you remember correctly, we got the cartridges already made with the little game design thing. It's pretty clever. It's pretty clever if you've never seen it before. But I'm thinking about trying to set up for a live stream to continue that here the next day or so. Bear with me if I do or if I don't. It's all going to depend on my beater hand over here. It is what it is. But to get a flame under my ass to actually make a video, check this out. The Atari 400, or the 400 Mini, is a scaled-down recreation of the Atari 400. For the one guy who doesn't know, that was Atari's first computer, so to speak, 8-bit computer. You know, everyone had Commodore and the TI-99. It played around in there. And then following was the 800 series, the 800 XL, and in between all that, there was the Atari 5200, which was a console. It was basically like a wolf in sheep's clothing, but not in a negative way. It was an Atari computer. I believe it was based off of the 800. Correct me if I'm wrong. Designed to slip its way into the gaming console market. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing back then still. Atari got well adapted to dropping the ball, but that's another video. So, I'm really excited about this one. I'm glad this came up because it really did light a spark under my ass as far as video production. I got something to talk about. I never really got into the minis before. I have a Genesis Mini that I won, and it has something called the Lunar Project loaded onto it, which I've done nothing with. I don't know much about it. Maybe we'll figure that out together here in the future. I had the SNES one. Never had the NES. Never went and got the PlayStation one. They don't interest me. I have 100 other ways to play these games aside from having like a little box. But this, however, solves a big problem of mine. I have an Atari 800, and I have a few cartridges for it. I don't have much memory in it at all. I have one card in there. So finding memory for it and games has been a pain in the ass because of how much people want for them. And it's like, I'm not paying that much for that technology, so to speak. But this excites me. So a company called, is it Playin or is it Plation? You tell me. There's no T in there, so it shouldn't be Shun. So it should be a Playin. I don't know. And another company called Retro Games Ltd., which I have no idea who any of these folks are anyway, have announced a $120, we'll just call it that, 400 Mini. A scaled-down recreation of the Atari 8-bit 400, blah, 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 blah. They don't say the word computer in here anywhere, and I don't understand why, but we'll go with that. It launched in 1979. Oh, did it really? I thought that was more of an 80 or an 81 to 82 kind of thing, but my family wasn't the computer type back then. We were barely the electricity and food type. No, it wasn't that bad. But so the 400 Mini is due out on March 28th, which is 20 days after my birthday. So may have to get this for myself. It includes 25 games. So I know the economy is a little different now, but these two numbers kind of scare me a little bit. But moving on. Atari Games pre-installed. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I think it's going to be Berserk, Lee, Millipede. I'm not familiar with Lee. And if it's something I should be, I mean, I don't have a large library of the 800 games, nor did I ever have or 8-bit games, nor have I ever really, delved into it. But if I'm going to assume that's a landmark title, so I'll be looking that up here pretty soon. Millipede, Minor, 2049 are always great. Mule, yep, great game. Star Raiders 2, never got into, but I'm sure it's an amazing game. And you can save and resume your game at any time or wind up to 30 seconds. This is all the same shit that we're used to. Here are a few images. It looks like the 400 just shrunken down. I wonder how much it's shrunken down. Did it say yet? I don't know. I'm not seeing an SD slot, though. However, this USB right here, you might be able to load more games onto it with a stick. So I know that these things will be hacked unless they're clever and they put the SD card slot inside where the cartridges go. If you open this up, there's 2 slots in here for cartridges, and a left and a right side. You look it up. You figure it out if you're not into it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping you can add more games onto it. I know the cats at Atari Age will have this thing hacked 2 days before it even shows up to their house. So I'm not too worried about that. I doubt the keyboard's going to do anything. You might be able to hit a few buttons here and there. Well, no, you have your start and selected options over here on the right. I don't know. Maybe you hit the Atari symbol, something, a monkey will come out and do a dance for you or something. And then go back to Congo Bongo and wait for you to hit play. But regardless, the 400 Mini also comes with the CX40 joystick, an updated one, that they're dubbing the CX stick, and I'm assuming that's going to be USB, considering what's on the face of the the console. So that's a little bit different from, what you can use with the Atari 2600 Plus, because that uses a standard 9-pin, I believe, right? I don't have one yet, and I will. I will eventually have one, but I'm more excited for stuff like this, honestly. Which means you could probably also use this for online play. And if this controller is half as good, if not as good, as the one that everyone keeps talking about that came out with the 2600 Plus, this is going to be an amazing option for your online play, as far as emulation of Stellar and all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. And if they do it right, this will be sold separately too. For that very reason. So, and you could probably plug it into your actual VCS, the more modern version. So here are, reading verbatim, the key features, courtesy of PlayOn. I'm just going to call them PlayOn, okay? Half the size. Okay, so it's going to be about half the size. So the original 400 is, I don't know, like that. So this is probably going to be closer to like 7, 8 inches, something like that. Here we go. They're running from 400, the 800 line, and 5200 game consoles. That's very important to me right there. There's not a lot of easy ways to play the 5200 version of games. Sure, the majority of the consoles lineup are games that you can play on any other system before and after it. They're just basically a graphical, but it would be nice to be able to play the 5200 version of some games. I love the Moon Patrol. There's a lot of really cool games. A lot of just upgraded enough to make it justifiable to buy that copy. To me, anyway. And if it were, back when that came out, I would still say the same thing. Also includes a recreation of the classic. Yep, we already know that. In addition to 7 seamlessly integrated function buttons. Oh, interesting. Unless they're actually just talking about that. That's interesting. Probably on the console, not the controller. Well, they're talking about the controller here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Maybe I missed something above, but the ability for players to sideload their own games via USB stick. Okay, perfect. With a support for cartridge, disc, and CD-ROMs. What? With support for cartridge, disc, and CD-ROMs. Interesting. So they saying that you're going to be able to plug something in to play your old floppies? You know what? I'm going to have to see how they do that. How the hell would they do that? I don't know. Moving on. You rewind the game, HD output, USB ports, for additional, for a modem keyboard. Okay, good. The look and feel of 1979 400 Mini has lovingly crafted using modern technology. Okay, we know it. The iconic 70s look for the original 400. Pretty rad stuff. Let's. I'm not going to play the sound. Let's see if I can't. Your sister's on. But anyway, I'm pretty excited about this thing. Let's move on and see what else it says. It can be sold separately for $30. Here we go. Perfect. So you can buy additional controllers, which I guess would make sense since the thing has multiple controller ports. So let's watch this thing and see. I don't know. See what they got to say for themselves. Pretty rad. The iconic computer now reimagined or imaged. That was cute. Duck, 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 duck. Yep, I'm recognizing a lot of this. I had friends that had computers. I was never jealous of it because I never looked at a computer as a way to play games. You know, I don't know why. I did play games on them when I was at my friend's house. All right. So you can't use the back one? I don't know. I don't know because I'd hate to lose controller support. Although who the hell's going to play a four player Atari 800 game with me? 400. But okay, there we go. Available in March. Available in March. How say you folks? I'm excited for this thing. Let me shut this thing the fuck up. Where is it? Where is it? Shut up. But there you go. The Atari 400 Mini. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait for this one to come out. $120 to me seems a little much for what it is, but since you can adapt it, add more, I'm all for it. Guys, go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all feedback to the Creep is positive, guys. Thank you always so much for watching, especially during these days of inconsistencies. But I do appreciate it. And until next time, wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. Take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye.